Well, hello everyone. Welcome to another episode of Easy Cooking with Gabby. And today I'm going to make a soup. It's kind of like a Zuppa Toscana, but it's kind of my way. I do everything my way. I'm like Frank Sinatra. Just kidding. Anyways, and I have all of my stuff here. I have 6 cloves of garlic. They're not very big cloves. They're just tiny ones. 1 onion. I have some chopped collard greens that were in my freezer. And I have orzo, which is it's like a rice pasta, but it's not rice, it's pasta. Catalini beans. Chicken bouillon. Going to be the star of the show. Not really. I think the sausage is the star of the show. But I have spicy, hot sausage, and mild sausage. So I'm going to be using the Walmart brand sweet sausage and Johnsonville's hot Italian sausage. And this I'm just going to grind up like a hamburger. And then this I'm going to take out of the casing and do the same thing with that. And then I also am going to use a package of this garlic Parmesan wing mix. I think it'll just taste good in this. So I'm going to add that with my chicken bouillon, which is probably going to give it plenty of salt. So I always caution against salting too much, just for health reasons, if nothing else. So what I'm going to do is, the first thing I'm going to do is get my sausage in the pan, get that browning up. And I'm not going to drain the oil out of it. And I know that probably sounds gross to a lot of people, but that fat that's in there is going to give the soup all of its flavor. So once the meat is browned, I'm going to then chop my onion. I'm just going to do a small dice on it. And then I'll show you how to do your garlic, just an easy way to do it. And we'll fry it all up, add the water to the broth and everything, and then we'll cook it up, and it should be done in probably about, this is one of those like 30-minute meals. The longest thing that's going to take is browning the meat and cooking the pasta. Everything else is pretty easy to just incorporate in. All right, so let me get this started, and I'll be right back and show you what it looks like. And a good way to get this out of the casing, the links I'll show you, is I just took my knife and slit it down the center. And then there's just this, it's called a casing. It's like a skin. And you're just going to pull it off. So you take your sausage, slice it down the center, and then just peel it off. And then get it in the pan. So I'm going to do the rest of them, and I'll be right back. Okay, so what I'm going to use is this nifty little tool. One of my good friends, Mal, she did Pampered Chef for a while, and I got a few things off of her. This was one of the tools that I got, and I love this for smushing down stuff. It works great as a potato masher, all that. So I'm going to put my heat on medium, and I'm going to just bring this to a golden brown. You know, Chef Ann Burrell always said, brown food tastes good. Brown food does taste good. So we're just going to brown this up, mush it up, and get it all incorporated together. And then let this fry for a little bit. And in the meantime, while that's happening, I am going to get my onions and my garlic ready. So I wanted to show you how to do the garlic. So give me 1 second and I'll be right back. Okay, so here are my 6 little cloves of garlic. So this is an easy way to do it. You're just going to hit it pretty hard on the cutting board. And that's just going to help take the shell off, break it into pieces for you. And then you just pull it off like this, the shell. And then I don't cut it. I love garlic. My family loves garlic, so I don't cut this real. If your family is not real fond of garlic, I mean, you can mince it down pretty small. You can even put a little salt on your board and kind of macerate it. You can also get one of those little garlic presses that'll press it down into, you know, little bits where you're not going to find garlic chunks. But because my family likes garlic, we welcome a chunk of garlic. And then my husband, he roasts whole heads of garlic for me because I love it that much. And you could put it in butter, spread it on bread. Like if you're going to make garlic bread, you can take your garlic and roast it, squeeze it out of the head, and then mix it in with butter, and it's so good. So I'm just going to chop this up, and then I'm going to stir up my sausage again, and then I'm going to chop my onion. Okay, so this is how small I've diced up my garlic. And then for my onion, this is a white onion. Now, the onions come in different, obviously different colors. You have white, yellow, red, purple, whatever you want to call it. And the thing of it is that like a white onion is going to be pretty strong. Yellow sweet onion can be sweeter, milder in flavor. Your red onion is mostly for if you're going to make like a raw salad. Like sometimes we do a summer salad and we do onions, tomatoes, cucumbers, and Italian dressing over the top of it, and it just makes a nice little side salad for dinner. But a yellow onion or a white onion is going to be a little bit stronger. At least I find that it's a little stronger in flavor, so I want a good onion flavor in this, so I'm going to use the white onion. And then I'm just dicing this, and my sausage is browning up. It's getting almost ready for the onions. And this was a requested soup by Natalie, my daughter. She asked if I could make a soup, and I asked her what kind of soup she would like. I told her what kind of stuff I have at the house, and she said this would be good. So you see this is browning up nicely. And I got it on just medium heat. And there is not, to be honest, there's not a whole lot of oil in here. But the fat that is in here, I do want to keep in here. So if you don't want the fat, you can use a paper towel, a strainer, whatever you want to kind of drain that out. And then once this is ready, I'll add the onions and garlic in it. I'm going to also put some carrots in there. I'm going to put the chopped collard greens, the cannellini beans. I'll add the orzo, the liquid, and then we'll let it cook for probably 20 minutes. And then it'll be ready to taste. And I'm also adding, I don't know if I told you or not, but I think I did, but this little Parmesan packet. Parmesan cheese goes so good with this soup. Oh yeah, and that smells nice. Oh, and it's garlic Parmesan, so there's more garlic. So yeah, you're going to want to be careful how much you're putting in there. But like I said, my family loves garlic, so we should be good. I also found a bit of celery, so I'm going to add that too because it's getting a little flimsy here. So I'm going to chop that up and do a little dice, and I'm going to add that in too. And this is just a celery heart. So I'll just cut the big end down a little bit. And then just give that a dice too. And I put the leaves and all right in it. So this is looking perfect. You can see I got brown bits on it. So now I'll add the garlic, onions, and celery. Let them cook till they're soft. I'm going to add the carrots too, because I want them to get soft too. And these are just carrot chips. So probably just going to run my knife through them a little bit just to make the pieces a little smaller so they'll fit on a spoon. And this is a one-pot meal. We're dirtying one pot, one knife, and one cutting board for this. And that's the size of the carrot pieces I'm doing. Throw them in. Give it a little stir. Look at that. It looks good already, and it smells so good already too. I'm going to go ahead and add my package of garlic parmesan. And then I'm going to add my bouillon. And I just use a teaspoon. I'm going to put 2, because I'm going to put probably about 8 cups of water in this. I'm going to do 3. No, I'm going to do 2, and then I'll taste it and see where we are. Because of the garlic parmesan stuff, I just want to make sure that it don't get too out of hand with salt and stuff. So I'm going to put about 6 to 8 cups of water in this. I'm going to put enough water to cover all the veggies and the beans. And then you just let it simmer, and you're going to have a nice thick soup when you're done. Okay, so I've added the collard greens, I've added the cannellini beans, and I have given it a stir. Looks good and smells good. I'm going to add a little pepper to it. I'm going to add a cup of these noodles, and then I'm going to cover it with water and just put a lid on it and let it go until the noodles are done. So one cup of noodles, and now I'm going to fill this up. It's a 4-cup measure. So that was 7 cups of water, which is going to be just enough to cover it. And then I'm going to crack some, well, if I can get it open, I'm going to grind some pepper. And in this soup, you could actually put tomatoes, any vegetables you can find in your refrigerator, zucchini, any kind of summer squash, sweet potatoes, you can add anything that you like, put in it. It's just like a hearty soup. It's a filling soup, and it tastes really good. And so I'm going to let this cook. I'm going to put the cover on it, let it cook on medium for probably about 20 minutes. And then once the soup is done, I will come back, get a bowl of it, and then I have Parmesan cheese. You could put fresh grated Parmesan cheese in there. You could put the sliced stuff that you can get. I unfortunately only have the powdered Parmesan that you put on spaghetti, but I'm going to add that to it when I have my bowl. Oh, and another thing that I've done before is taken a loaf of bread, cut it up, put it in the oven and broil with like, okay, sorry, I got a phone call. So another thing that I do is, like I said, cut up bread, take basil pesto and put it on your bread, and then put it in the oven and toast it off, and then put that on there like a crouton. So good. There's so many options, so many things you can do. Just have to use your imagination, whatever you like. Canned tomatoes would be good in here. Fresh tomatoes would be good in here. If you like it spicier, put a jalapeno in there. I love spicy, but my family, especially my husband, is a little, he has a little bit of a hard time with spice now. But I did put the hot Italian sausage in there, so that's going to give it a little bit of heat too. And then you just let it go, and it's going to be really good. So it was 6 cloves of garlic. It was 1 onion, celery, carrots, cannellini beans. I used 2 cans of cannellini beans. I used 1 cup of the orzo pasta, but if you can find the fusilli, it's like a little tiny pasta, like it's like I don't know what kind of noodle it is, but it's a real short noodle that's round. If you can find those, I couldn't find those, so I only could find these, so I just am using these. But whatever pasta you have can work. If you have pasta already in there, you could take spaghetti, break it into pieces and put it in there. There's Mexican noodles. They're little tiny noodles. You could use those. Anything. Whatever comes to your mind that you want to add to it, add to it. And like I said, once it comes to the simmer, I'm going to get the lid on there and we're going to let it go for a little bit. And then when I come back, I'll show you the finished product. Okay, so this has been boiling now for about 20 minutes. And that's what it looks like. And I'm going to get a couple scoops and some juice. And then this is the only Parmesan I have right now. But like I said, you have to use what you have at your house because, you know, the way this economy is, ain't nobody got Daddy Warbucks money. So, and then I did end up putting another scoop of bouillon in it just to deepen the flavor. And this is what it looks like. And I put a little bit of that Parmesan on top. Smells so good. And now we're going to taste it. Put you up here so you can see. And if you want it to be a thinner soup, add more liquid, obviously. If you want it to be more of a thicker consistency, add less water. But it's a hearty meal, and it's really relatively inexpensive because so good. I really hope you try this recipe because I think you're going to love it. I know my sister Danielle has a big family. This would, you know, go a long way for her family. My sister Margaret has a big family. I'm the oldest of 10 kids, so there's a lot of kids. And when you get meals like this that can feed a lot of people relatively inexpensively, I mean, that's what you got to do these days. You know, you can't afford everyone to have a ribeye steak. Sometimes you got to do something like this, and it tastes so good. And very good. Yeah. Super excited. My family will love it. And I just want to thank you all for watching my videos, commenting on my videos. I mean, this whole thing is something that I really have wanted to do for a long time. And I was watching another YouTuber who said, pick up your camera and just start recording. And so that's basically what I did. I just picked up my camera and started recording. And hopefully at some point, it'll be able to be monetized and be able to get, you know, income from it would be great. But if not, I still love doing it. And my brothers and sisters I know are watching, will watch the videos. So if nothing else, they get to see me regularly making food. And it's another little way that we can keep in touch with each other. Life is short, and, you know, we've already lost one brother. So there's 9 of us left, and We really have to, you really have to live life to the fullest that you can. Appreciate your family and your friends, and make an active, be active trying to have a relationship with everyone. Again, this is Easy Cooking with Gabby. I really do want to make cooking easy for everyone so that you don't be intimidated by coming into the kitchen and throwing some stuff together in a pot and having a great dinner. And again, you know, if you don't like stuff, take it out. If you want something different, put it in there. That's all it is. You got to cook with your heart and cook with love, and it's going to be great. I love everyone, and I'm so glad that I'm able to do this, make these videos. It really does make me happy, and hopefully y'all will be able to make these recipes and feed them to your family. And I keep saying but I just appreciate everyone. Thank you so much.